thought it was going to be a different year. It doesn't seem like it. After that game, seems like the same old Sixers every single year. Oh, they build you up and then they tear you down. Come on now, Philly. When are you guys going to get over the hump? When? It's time. The Milwaukee Bucks are gone. Miami Heat is playing the Knicks. They don't have all their guys. It's time to get it done this year. Not next year, not the year after. No, this year. Play the song with your heart. Play the song with your heart. At one time. What is good, YouTube? This your boy Aaron.
Brian.
And this is the Courtside View Podcast. And today we are reacting to the NBA playoffs. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below if you want to see us react to the more NBA playoffs and whatever other sports that nature. But let's get started. Last night's game is Friday. We're reacting to the Lakers and the Warriors. If you don't know, I live streamed the game, and so I hope you enjoyed just my reactions of just the atrocities that I saw on that basketball court, specifically a guy by the name of Anthony Davis. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But yeah, man, how'd you feel about the game? Matter of fact, because it's been a week, so it's been game 1 and game 2. So let's talk about the first two games. How your reaction to the first two games of the Lakers and the Warriors?
The first game, I wasn't surprised they lost because they lost the last two, well, now 3 game ones they just lost the last 3 game homes. Mm-hmm. Game 1 home game. They lost the last 3 game 1 games. Daggone it. So, I wasn't surprised. The Lakers came out with energy. Once I saw Anthony Davis get in this game, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a tough night. He was killing everybody out there. I was like, LeBron not even doing much out there. And then who else? D-Lo was hooping. I was like, yeah, this game's chalked. Mm-hmm. And then the second game came around, and adjustments were made. This time, Anthony Davis ain't get his game off. A Disney showed up. And I looked at, someone posted a screenshot of the game logs. And it's literally every other game he puts up a stinker. And I'm just like, what's up with this dude? What's up with your man? He's supposed to be Batman now.
I'm
LeBron's
sick.
too old to be. LeBron has plantar fasciitis. He shouldn't be out there having to carry the load. And I know all about plantar fasciitis because Amari Cooper had it when he was a Cowboy, and he stunk when he had it. I'm surprised LeBron is even playing at the level he is. But I'm gonna bring a point up later about that too, LeBron's injury and all that.
Okay, all right. Well, my reaction to game 1 and game 2. Game 1, I thought that the Lakers had damn near a perfect game until the very end. That
was crazy.
I was very impressed by just the way that they were able to get to the paint, draw fouls, play defense. They were really making the Warriors uncomfortable offensively. Like, you could just tell from Steph. Although Steph, he was getting his game off at the first quarter, but then after that he was sort of a little cold. He was like a roller coaster. He was had highs, had the lows, and he was very inconsistent. Klay Thompson as well. And so,
oh my goodness, Klay Thompson.
And then Jordan Poole, he was hitting these crazy shots. I was like, really, bro? Like, this is what we're doing? But besides that, for the most part, the Lakers did a really good job of playing defense. Vanderbilt, he did a really good job making it difficult for Steph to get a shot off. Klay Thompson as well. Well, Klay Thompson, I thought that Austin Reeves on Klay Thompson was just a big mismatch. But ultimately, we were able to sort of contain him, relatively speaking, and he was like 9 for I can't even tell you 9 for something, and he was very inefficient. So ultimately, game 1 boiled down to Anthony Davis' greatness. I thought that the role players, they also in the second half specifically, they played a hand into it. Specifically, D-Lo, Roy Hashimura, and Dennis Schroeder. Those guys, they came in and they did their thing, and it wasn't until the very end that the Lakers were sort of in control to the game. But luckily they won because Anthony Davis heroics. LeBron James, he pitched in. He had some timely shots as well and played really good defense. And another thing from game one, I thought the Warriors, and they adjusted to it, but Draymond Green's reluctancy to, even attempt a shot or even look at the basket. Like, he would just grab the ball. Oh, where's Steph? Where's Clay? Like, doesn't even look at the basket. So that was a problem. And then Kevon Looney, him being on the floor guarding AD and also being sort of a liability on offense as well. That was another thing that they sort of you could see in game two that they adjusted to, implementing JaMychal Green in the starting lineup. So yeah,
good job, Steve Kerr.
Yeah. Everybody knew it was going to happen. We knew Steve Kerr was going to make adjustments. And also another thing in game one, Stephen Curry, he was a lot more off the ball. He wasn't really dominating the ball as much. Maybe it's because he was a bit fatigued from game 7. They didn't want to, put too much on his plate, whatever. But so game 2, what happened is that they ran a lot of more high ball screens, right? Because they want Anthony Davis to sort of come into the 3-point line area. So pretty much so he can protect the paint. So he cannot protect the paint anymore. And you see Draymond
was killing y'all all
night. It really was. And Draymond, he was able to get open layups and stuff like that. You can't have that going on. You have to make sure that you stop that, because you can't have a guy just going to the lane that
screens,
easily.
Man, Vanderbilt was not getting over them screens.
Yeah, and
I might have to start Dennis or something.
Dennis
plays the screen.
I was going to get to that. So like here's the thing. So because of the high ball screens, because of a lot of the attention with Klay Thompson off the ball and other guys off the ball as well, especially Steph, they were able to take advantage of it. And I think what Darvin Ham should make the adjustment is bench Reeves, start Dennis, and put him on Steph, and then you put Vanderbilt on Clay. And I know that Vanderbilt, he had some struggles off the ball, whatever, with the movement with Stephen Curry. But I think I think this will be a good matchup for Vanderbilt, because Clay, although yes, he can create his own shot at times, but I think because of Vanderbilt's length, size, quickness, he can keep up with Clay, and he can get a good contest as well. And he doesn't have the ball handling ability nor the passing of Stephen Curry. So I think that if Darvin Ham was smart, start Dennis, because it's interesting, because Dennis in the regular season, a lot of teams would hunt him on the screens, but now he's actually done a really good job of making sure that he sort of hedges the screens, get over, get under. So I'm glad that he's able to he finally found a way to figure that stuff out. So I would definitely start Dennis, play Dennis, D-Lo, sort of guard lineup, have Vando on Clay, keep LeBron on JaMychal Green, and then I put AD on Draymond.
I wouldn't start Vanderbilt if I'm starting Dennis.
Why?
Not enough scoring on the
shooting, because the shooting aspect.
You'd be better off starting Rui.
But the thing is that I'm not, because I was watching Rui as well, and he was having problems off the ball with Clay. So you have to continue to have a guy on the floor that you can sort of mitigate sort of the shot attempts, sort of the efficiency from Clay or Steph. And I think that although, yes, you're limiting your shooting capabilities, but I think overall what made the Lakers so dangerous, it was attacking the basket, getting to the paint at the end of the day. And I think what the Warriors baited them into taking shots and stuff, and they felt for it. And this is what I was afraid of, like the fact that they were going to try to outshoot Golden State, that they were going to play their game in their building. Like, no, you have to play your game. That's why I was impressed with game 1, because although they made like only 6 threes and Golden State made like 21 threes, they were able to get to the paint. They were able to draw fouls, hitting mid-range shots, playing defense. That's what they need to do. It's going to come down to, can the Lakers get to the paint, and can they get to the free throw line? And if they can't do that, they're not going to win. All these lazy NBA analysts talking about, well, Anthony Davis, he has to have an historic night for them to win. No, he does not. And another thing, my definition of what a great game for Anthony Davis is probably different to what other people's definition of what a great game Anthony Davis is. My definition of a great game for Anthony Davis is he scores 20 points, gets you 12-plus rebounds, blocks a few shots, but his points are timely shots, meaning he scores 16 in the first half, but only 4 in the second. You can't do that. But if he scores, maybe he scores six in this quarter, maybe he scores 7 in this quarter. Like, he spreads it out and he hits timely shots while also playing great defense and grabbing rebounds and being efficient. That's a great game, in my opinion, for Anthony Davis. He doesn't have to have, like, put up Shaq-like numbers, 30 and 23. Like, he doesn't have to do that every night for the Lakers to win, because, especially at home, because when the role players play a lot better. I expect the role players to play a lot better as long as Anthony Davis sets the tone. He needs to set the tone. Like, this is ridiculous. It was egregious last night, Brian. He couldn't hit a 7-foot mid-range
I saw him. I saw him out there. I was like, ew.
I was getting so frustrated. You saw me on the live stream. You saw the clip. He couldn't hit a 7-footer, a mid-range shot. It wasn't even at the free throw line. It was literally right there by the basket.
Right outside the restricted area.
Oh, my God. Like, what happened? Man, if this was 2K, did they take, like, minus 50 off his close shot attribute or something?
I don't know.
Like, he had like a 50 close shot attribute or something, because he couldn't hit nothing. It was ridiculous. I'm like, really? Like, you had 30 points in the first game, was efficient, like best player on the floor, and then the second game you were getting outscored by JaMychal Green, 11 points. JaMychal Green had 15. And but I'm the crazy person. Oh, Aaron, I can't believe you didn't have any faith in Anthony Davis. How could you? I can't believe you thought that the Lakers couldn't make the play-in. How could you? Because we went 8-4. It's because of these performances. It's because Anthony Davis, he'll have a great game one night, and then the next night he'll look like a bona fide role player. Of course I'm not going to have faith. But you continue to live in this sort of, world of yours where Anthony Davis is just, he's like Joel Embiid. He's like Nikola Jokic, where every night you can count on him. You can live in that world. Me, on the other hand, I don't have faith. And the fact that I apologized on video is, I already regret it. I take back that apology.
Oh.
I take it back, because what you did last night was atrocious. And it's not all on you. Some of your teammates need to realize that, you know what, maybe I shouldn't shoot the ball. Maybe I should give it to the best player on the floor for our team, D'Lo. Like, how many times do I have to watch D'Angelo Russell shoot a contested mid-range shot when the best player on your team is on the court and hasn't gotten a lot of shots? Like, damn. You're the starting guard. Point guard. Give the man the ball. You want that bag, huh? How about play team basketball instead of trying to stat pad all the time? Because what he was doing was egregious. And then Austin Reeves, man, you got to figure something out with these screens, brother. You got to figure something out, because every time down the court, he's getting cooked on the screens. He doesn't know what to do. He looks lost out there.
Listen. Now, to give Austin Reeves the benefit of the doubt, and I'm the last person that wants to do this. One, this is his, second year?
Yeah, second year.
Second year. He's never played this much basketball in his life.
Okay, that's fair.
And you try chasing Clay around for 40 minutes a game.
I get it. It is hard. I will admit. But damn, every time down the court,
he's probably tired.
That is a good point. And Darvin Ham needs to do a better job of sort of managing his minutes. But at the same time, it's beginning of the game, it's middle of the game, it's the end of the game. He's getting cooked every time down the court. It's ridiculous. Figure it out. Ask LeBron. Ask somebody. Ask the coaches or something. Get them to show you how to do it. Because right now what you're doing is not working.
You would think the Warriors would be tired after running a marathon against the Kings for 7 games, but they still got energy.
They got that conditioning, man.
I honestly think that series helped them out because they look way more comfortable on offense going against y'all. Because y'all not as fast as them.
Now, you know what the problem is that beginning of the game, I already had a bad feeling. I was like, this is a little too sloppy. This is a little too sloppy. I'm like, what's pause about that. Yeah, this is like, what are they doing? Like the Lakers, they look out of sorts right now. I don't like how they're looking right now. And the Warriors, they weren't playing particularly well either. But because I know my team, when they look like that, chances are it's going to be a bad night for them. And so they're off. They couldn't get into a sort of comfortable offensive flow. LeBron, he was hitting the shots, but everybody else wasn't really hitting them and stuff. And so I was just like, man, once the Warriors start getting it going, they got shooters on the court. It doesn't take much for them to start getting it going, and you can't be continuously missing shot after shot, breaking shot after shot, and thinking that the Warriors are just going to continue doing the same thing. Like, no, they have shooters. They're the best shooting team in the playoffs. Like, you cannot let your guard down, and that's what they did. And, yeah.
Should LeBron have deferred to Anthony Davis more from the beginning of the game? Maybe get him going a little bit more. Then LeBron could be, okay, maybe I can start incorporating more offense into the picture instead of taking them threes early. He was making them.
He was.
But that could have possibly got AD out the groove because, you got to get AD early.
I think the entire team should have made a point of emphasis to get Anthony Davis going early. Like if you see your man has a game like that on game one, wouldn't it behoove you to do the same thing game two? Try to get him going, try to get him some post ups, try to get him. They kept trying to do the little pick and roll, the pick and pop, but they would turn the ball over. So okay, that doesn't work. All right, try something else. Try a handoff or something. Try one of those handoff plays where Anthony Davis, he's sort of in the center of the court and he'll give D'Lo the ball and then D'Lo might pass him back the ball. Like try some different stuff. Stop trying the same stuff over and over again. When you see that it ultimately doesn't work. Oh, he can't hit a 7-foot mid-range shot. Okay, post him up. Try to get to the paint and bully down low. Like what are we doing? It's just ridiculous to me, man. And Stephen Curry, he had like 12 assists.
And it's a shame. Kevon Looney played 11 minutes and still out-rebounded the whole everyone on the Lakers.
I think AD had like 7 rebounds or something. It was bad. Yeah. That was a bad performance.
And AD, like, I know he gets put in a tough position that last game because at one end you got to protect the paint, but you can't leave your man in the corner wide open, especially when he can hit a couple of those shots.
I'm not blaming AD on the defensive end. I'm blaming Darvin Ham for not making the necessary adjustments.
And AD did he had a sloppier game on defense. He left. It was a lot of wide open looks. I saw like back doors and all of that. I'm like, dang, AD getting cooked out here tonight.
Yeah. That's what happens when
defense just wasn't there last night.
That's what happens when the Warriors push the pace and they're just constantly, pick and roll, off ball action and stuff, motion action.
They need to stay. Steve Kerr, please let Curry cook for the whole. Let Curry play point guard, please. No more of this off ball nonsense. Let Curry be the primary ball handler.
But yeah, it's going to come down to the Lakers. They need to control the pace. They have to slow the game down. They cannot keep. They cannot keep going on like sort of this Warrior sort of way of thinking where, you got to push the pace, you got to outshoot them. Like, no, like continue to do exactly what your skill set is good at, and that is attacking the basket. That is drawing fouls. Stop trying to play their game. Control the pace. Make it a half-court game. The Warriors, they don't want to make it a half-court game. They want it to be a marathon. They want to run down the court and shoot threes left and right. Like, we have to make it a half-court game, and once we do that, then it's I think we'll win. But I don't think Anthony Davis is entirely at fault for the loss. He is a big part of it, but it's going to come down to Anthony Davis setting the tone, hitting timely shots. Darvin Ham's adjustments defensively and also attacking the basket.
Expecting adjustments from a Mike Budenholzer disciple.
I mean, he's made some adjustments in the playoffs so far. Surprisingly, I've been just shocked, really. Although it's very simple adjustments, but he still made adjustments. Put Dennis on Steph, put Vando on Clay, and just go from there. And then
I think he said at the end of the game, the press conference, he said y'all got to get back to getting to the free throw line.
that too, yeah, man. Like the point of emphasis next game should be attack the basket because the Warriors are so small. Like, come on now, they're tiny. Like, no Kevon Looney, Draymond Green's the center, I think he is. Come on now, bro. Like, we have to attack the basket. I don't care what anybody says. And that should be the point of emphasis next game. Roy Hashimara, he contributed. Like, he's going to get a bag. Like, he's
the only one I've seen shows up every game.
Yeah, he's going to get a bag from us. Like, he can play defense and he can score. Like, he's going to get a bag. Like, he's going to be a Laker next year. I can guarantee it. But, yeah, him and Vando and then AD, Braun, Dennis, Reeves, I said D'Lo already. But, yeah, those guys, that's sort of our rotation. Then you might sprinkle in a little Troy Brown, sprinkle in a little Wenyen Gabriel. But the good news is that although we got our ass kicked, you can only go up from here. It can't get any worse than what it was.
It actually can get worse.
All right, bro. Well, taking your starters out after the third quarter is pretty bad. I mean,
at least y'all get plenty of rest.
Yeah, but that's still pretty bad. Waving the white flag, the fourth quarter didn't even start yet.
I watched maybe until the 8th minute. I was like, okay, no one's coming back. Okay,
I didn't even watch.
Do something else.
I didn't even watch. I even ended the stream after the third quarter. I was like, all right, guys. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next time. But right now, it's not going to be our game. And so it was just bad. And
I keep telling people, like, people was all excited for the Lakers. I know the Warriors was up at the half, but the people still had hope. I was like, bro, Warriors games don't start until the third quarter. If the Warriors stink up the third quarter, they're more than likely going to lose.
Well, yeah. Because for game one, that was the case. And here's the thing, like this is NBA media. Like NBA media just drives me nuts. Like it drives me crazy, right? And so Lakers win game one, and a lot of NBA media people that pick the Warriors, they don't even acknowledge that how the Lakers won and the fact that they had an impressive victory. They're just like, oh, don't worry, blah, blah, blah. Or, oh, well, they're going to have to count on Anthony Davis to do this every single game. Or the fact that Max Kellerman was like, well, he pretty much saying that, oh, the Warriors is going to definitely win this series and they're going to face the Nuggets. And I'm like, what? Because they were going off of these hypotheticals, and he was like, "Well, it's inevitable. The Warriors are gonna win. They're gonna play the Nuggets and stuff." I'm like, "What are you talking about? We just beat them after game one, and you're talking about the Warriors are going to play. Like, this is the stuff I'm talking about. So many hypotheticals. Why not talk about what happened in the moment? Why are we always projecting like weeks in advance? It's crazy to me." It's a playoff series going on, and you're already talking about, well, this team is going to play this team, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? We don't know that. This series these two teams are, like, close. Like, this is a 7-game series.
Yeah.
So why are you already pretty much stamping it that, oh, yeah, the Warriors are going to play the Nuggets? It's going to happen regardless. Like he was like, yeah, we already know what's going to happen. I'm like, what?
I don't know why you watch them 4-letter networks.
Like, it's unbelievable. I watch the networks because it gives me, like, a laugh. It gives me a little giggle sometimes. But it's unbelievable the way that these sort of people talk after the Warriors literally lost at home. And they made 21 threes.
Isn't it poetic how they lost that game one, by the way?
Yeah.
Considering the game one against the Kings, they lost because Andrew Wiggins missed the three, and then Jordan Poole missed the three against the. That's just funny.
I'm like, dude, they made 21 threes and they still lost. But we're talking about, well, don't worry. Oh, they're Steph Curry dependent, but that's okay. No problem. What? Oh, Anthony Davis, he's going to have a great series. And the Warriors are Steph Curry dependent. If you guys hear that noise, just it's a car.
alarm.
It's a car. If they're Steph Curry dependent, but don't worry, the Warriors are gonna win. So if they're Steph Curry dependent, and you say Anthony Davis is gonna have a great series, yet the Warriors are going to win the series, I don't know. I'm confused. That don't sound like a team that's going to win a series. That sounds like a team that's going to lose. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of rhetoric that I hear from these people.
These dudes get told what to say. I don't believe that their sports takes all their own.
It's unbelievable. Like, the only guys I respect, like really respect, is like Tim Legler, JJ Redick, Jay Williams, because they give you basketball analysis. They'll say, okay, here's the reason why they'll win. It's because the Warriors do X, Y, and Z so well that it's going to be a problem for the Lakers. Okay, I get that. I can respect that. But when you just blurt out, well, AD's going to have a great game, a great series, and the Warriors are Steph Curry dependent, but I still have the Warriors winning the series. Like, what? That makes no sense to me. I can't respect that.
I don't watch none of them shows.
I bet you don't.
Only show I watch on a 4-letter note is NFL Live.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like that show. That's a great show. The only time I watch the shows is when the Lakers win, because it's always funny how they react. I always get a giggle. And so when the Lakers won, I was just like, really? Like, this is how you guys are gonna talk about it? Like, you're not, like, Stephen A's going to be bringing up this hypothetical. If Steph Curry beats LeBron and wins the 5th ring, he'll overtake LeBron in the Mount Rushmore. Like, what? He just took a L at home. What are we talking about?
They got to get the views, man.
You know what that was? Stephen A probably thought the Warriors were going to win game 1, and he was going to bring that up, on Monday. Because he thought, it makes sense because, the Warriors win. So I can sort of bring in, more conversation to it, bring in more views since the Warriors won. But since they lost, he was like, well, you know what? I wanted to do it anyway. Let's just try it out. And he looks stupid doing it. He really does. Like, it really looks dumb. So, yeah, man, like, we're 1-1. We're going back to the crib. And I just hope we make some good adjustments. But let's go.
I'm predicting a split.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
The Warriors have to split. If they don't split, they're cooked.
I have it in 6. So either it's a split and the Lakers go back and Golden State and win Game 5 and then win Game 6, or the Lakers take care of home and the Warriors win for Game 5 and the Lakers win Game 6. It's either or. But whatever happens, I expect the Lakers to win in 6. I'm going to stand by it. I believe they're going to win in 6.
7.
In 7. Okay, well, we'll have to see on that one.
Game 7 would generate big money.
It would. It really would. But I don't think it's going to get to 7 because I think the Lakers are going to handle their business. Darvin Ham's going to make the necessary adjustments. And I think that Anthony Davis will get it going eventually. So let's get it. Let's get to the next batch of games. Let's go to the Sixers and the Celtics. Very surprising. Your reaction to Game 1 and then Game 2 of that series.
James Harden turned back the clock to his Houston days, Game 1. And I was like, the Celtics. Jason Tatum did Jason Tatum things yet again. No, actually, no, Jason Tatum had a good game. He had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else was just But yeah, James Harden had to put the cape on. He took some secret stuff before the game because that boy was hooping. Had the game winner over Al Horford. I was like, is this?
Who is this guy?
I'm about to say, did he swap bodies with the Rockets, James Harden? But yeah,
Even the Rockets, James Harden wasn't doing that in the playoffs.
Yeah, that honestly might have been his best playoff.
That was literally his best playoff performance.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Sixers, I see. Okay, y'all can make some noise, but like, I didn't notice. But before last night, well, the record got better last night. Teams that lost Game 1 were 15-0 in Game 2. I did not know that. So I mean, I knew the Celtics would win last night. But let's continue to Game 1. The Sixers looked like they was they ready to go to the next. They going to the conference finals that first game, but I was like, that's not how basketball works. So
Yeah.
can't even put my faith in them.
Yeah.
Then Joel Embiid came back after he won MVP, which I thought was kind of funny because there was talks of him possibly missing the whole series, and then they got washed. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I was so mad about that because
Celtics was not, and Tatum ain't even play good.
Oh my God, he had
had
7
7 points.
points. Dude,
Like y'all got away with a Jason Tatum stinker. Oh yeah, y'all cooked. If y'all couldn't compete in the Jason Tatum stinker, then I don't know what to tell you.
Let me tell
Malcolm Brogdon was hooping, boy.
So mad about that game. So mad. You know, that was one of those games where it's a good, you know, if you can't go to sleep, just watch that game. It'll help you fall asleep. Like turn on For Your Eyes Only with that game on. I'm telling you, you're gonna go right to sleep. You're gonna sleep really good because that's exactly what I did right after the third quarter. I went my ass to sleep because I was damn near tired of watching this craziness on display. Oh my God, I can't believe
I really fell asleep in the fourth quarter of that Suns and Nuggets game.
that was.
I fell asleep at the. I woke up. I was like, "What happened?"
I fell asleep a little bit in the game too, but I woke up too because it was so boring. Oh my gosh, dude, because it was like they were missing shots. Very like a defensive heavy game, and the Sixers game I was just so disappointed. James Harden was sensational that first game. I was just like, what? He's making those shots down the court in the clutch. What is going on? Is this a dream? Doing this in Boston too? Like it's one thing to do it in Philly, but in Boston, I was very impressed by James Harden. 45 points, near triple-double. It was a sensational performance. It was a vintage James Harden right there. Regular season James Harden right there. But then the second game rolls around and they
turned back into James Harden.
I don't think any player on the Sixers scored over 20. I think every player, I think the leading scorer made a score like 15 points. It was an abomination like no other. I couldn't believe it. Jason Tatum played awful. He was complete garbage. I was just taken aback by the 76ers game, their effort. Everything about it was just egregious. I was just looking and I was just completely bored. I was just completely out of it by the third quarter because they were still in the game entering, the first half. It was still relatively close. But that second half rolled around and the Celtics just was like, nope, we're going to win this game. I don't care if you have the MVP. We're going to win this game, and that's what they did. I can't really explain the X's and O's of how they did it because, damn it, I was tired. I was not paying attention to how are they guarding the pick and roll? How are they defending Harden or Embiid? Like I wasn't paying attention because I was so tired because it was so boring. Like at least the Lakers, I'm seeing Stephen Curry do some crazy stuff. Like I can get jiggy with that. But with the Sixers game and the Celtics, bruh, straight snooze bust. Because Jason Tatum was having a disaster class left and right. I'm like, this guy ain't no superstar. The hell we crowned him like this for? Oh my gosh. I should have just taken a page out of your book. He fooled me. He fooled us all. That 30 points per game should not move nobody. That was fool's gold. Man, what? What he has a bag. What bag? He keep getting pushed around left and right. Keep settling for shots. I was a Jason Tatum fan coming out of Duke, but damn. Where the bag at? Where the shot creativity at? Where the ball handling? He's just settling for shots left and right. Who you think you are? Steph?
He has a stiff arm and a step back. That's his bag.
Like, come on now. Like, oh my gosh. Like, who's better, Jason Tatum or Paul George? Like, really? Like, let's be for real. I thought it was Jason Tatum, but I really don't know. I really don't know. Like, Paul George has a deeper bag than him, but Paul George we already know he can be pandemic B. He can be the playoff B sometimes. But, man,
Jason Tatum on the same time.
Jason Tatum on the same trajectory. I don't know what the nickname we should call Tatum, but, man, he is complete garbage. Oh my gosh, how many times have we seen 3 for 18? Remember the Hawks? That game? Oh, like game 5, I think it was. Man. Yeah, Tatum, there's something going on with you. I don't know what it is, but you need to get it together. Matter of fact, don't get it together. I need this series to
It
go
seems
7.
like his points per game has gone up, but it seems like his game has devolved since he got into the league. Because when he first came in, he was scoring from all over the place. Then now all he does, he either drives, does a stiff arm, and tries to do a little floater or whatever kind of shot, or he's at the top of the key, he dribbles between the legs, step back 3 at the top of the key. Literally, that's all the Jason. If you see 2 Jason Tatum possessions, you've seen all of them. He does the same thing.
Beginning of the year,
he does the little. Tries to do the little, I forgot what it's called, but you know what I mean.
Swing move.
Yeah, like
the foul bait. He tried to foul bait. Oh man! See, at the beginning of the year,
he does that when he goes to the lane. He does that when he goes to the lane.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. The beginning of the year, he was like, I saw a lot of his, his bag. I saw a lot. He got a little repertoire, a little toolbox. But then all of a sudden, I don't know if somebody stole some of his tools out of his box or whatever, but he got like only 3 tools left in that box because that's all he spams. Man, like, oh my gosh, like I just hate watching his game. No wonder I be seeing, certain Celtics fans complain about Jason Tatum. I'm like, damn, they are really going at this dude. Like, he a star player, he going at him. But I understand because there's a guy on the Lakers that frustrates me as well. So I get what you're talking about. But man, it's just like who is better, like Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum? I don't know. I don't know who's the man. We thought it was Jason Tatum, but some nights I'm like, oh, Jaylen Brown is the man. Then some nights I'm like, okay, Jason Tatum, maybe you are the guy. But I don't know. What are you?
Inconsistent, that's what he is.
And they still won. Blows my mind. I need Joel Embiid to show up next game.
I don't think he's healthy.
Of course he's not. But damn it, you're the MVP. I need you to show up. I need you in Philly putting on a show, 30 points, 15 rebounds. I need dominance. James Harden, I need dominance. Tyrese Maxey, I need dominance. I need you guys to show up, show out, show the world that this series is not sweet. Come on. Come on, Sixers, stand up. Stand up. You got that dog in you? Got fight or something? Man, I thought it was going to be a different year. It doesn't seem like it. After that game, seems like the same old Sixers every single year. Oh, they build you up and then they tear you down. You know how that is because, being a Cowboys fan and all.
Whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, man, they'll get your hopes up and then they'll tear you down. Like, come on now, Philly. When are you guys going to get over the hump? When? It's time. Joe Mazzulla is not that guy. They can be exploited. Al Horford can be exploited. This man's 38 years old, 37 years old. He can be exploited. It's time to take advantage of this moment. The Milwaukee Bucks are gone. Miami Heat is playing the Knicks. They don't have all their guys. It's time to get it done this year. Not next year, not the year after. No, this year. Because James Harden, he might go next year. He might get the bag somewhere else. He's not getting any older.
Younger?
I said any older. I meant, younger. I meant any younger. He's not getting any younger. Take advantage of this moment. God. Damn. Anywho, let's go.
This man wants to see the Celtics lose so bad.
I just want to see a 7-game series. That's all I want.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, that's all I care about. I want to see the Celtics in fear. I want to see the Celtics sweating. Cause we gonna be sweating too, but I want to see them sweating too. Cause I already know they're gonna be trying to make jokes about us and everything like that. Well, I want to make jokes as well about you guys. So I want to return the favor. But anywho, that series. I think tonight. Do they play? I think they played.
The Suns play tonight.
The Suns play tonight. Damn. Okay. Well.
No Chris Paul.
Oh God. Speaking of the Suns. Oh my God. Can they just
Hold on,
playing
let
play?
me
Yeah,
cook-
go
let me cook
ahead,
right
go
quick.
ahead, man. Here we go.
DeAndre Ayton, Monty Williams, Kevin Durant. Do y'all have no pride, like, at all? Like, do you just walk around as a man prideless? Do you not have any will, any fight in you? Especially you, Kevin Durant, because you're a superstar in this league, and we ain't seeing a superstar anything. Like, it's blowing my mind. How does this dude get away with just being okay with being the second dude? How is this okay? Why is no one pointing this out? He's perfectly fine losing, being the second guy, so he could be like what kind of, he has no dog. And it hurts me because he's from PG. St. Pleasant, Maryland. You're supposed to represent. And you come out here and you want to go on teams that have certified established stars, then you fold. You fold. It's like he's perfectly fine with having those 2 rings he got in Golden State and just like, oh, well, I play basketball. I must get my 60% field goal percentage and only shoot 15 shots. Only get like 22 points. That's fine with me. And DeAndre Ayton, you soft, dude. Like, you're soft. I literally seen a clip. Jokic was getting like 7 rebounds and he was just standing there under the rim like, like his double dutch waiting to jump in. And Monty Williams like, bro, what does he do well as a coach? Like, real talk, what does he do well?
Thought it was adjustments. I guess not. Ever since that finals, what has he done? Nothing.
Like, I can't believe Devin Booker is really the only guy that's like he's the only guy that gives a damn out there. The only one. And he's like the youngest one. Well, besides Ayton, I think he's older than Ayton, but
Yeah, he is.
if y'all don't win tonight, it's over. You might as well not even show up game. You might as well play the bench players. They might put up a better fight than y'all. Play Devin Booker and the bench guys. Maybe they can pull off a Jimmy Butler in the Timberwolves practice type feat. I don't know. Because the starters ain't getting it done.
See, I blame the media. I blame the media because, specifically Stephen A. Smith, the overrating of Kevin Durant, right, these past few years has fooled a lot of people, has made people believe he's this guy when really he's not. And that is somebody that can carry a team, right? That can put a team on his back and he could, lead them to the promised land. No! That's not who he is, especially after those leg injuries, left and right, coming back from leg injuries. And now, what is he doing in Phoenix? Okay, you beat the Clippers in 5 without Kawhi and PG. Congratulations. With the team that's ran by Russ. And he was let go, and he was traded from a team that didn't want him. So, congratulations. You beat that team.
Russ was, at one point, was being talked about, is he still going to be in the league? And he still had a better playoff series than Kevin Durant.
Unbelievable. Kevin Durant, I'm looking at the media of this. So when Kevin Durant loses the series, like, okay, I'm not even going to make it definitive. If Kevin Durant loses the series, I wonder, how's the media going to paint this? Are they going to give him, excuse after excuse?
You know they will.
Because, he plays the game like Jordan. He plays the game like the guys that we liked back in the 90s. Or are they finally going to hold this man accountable for not getting the job done after he left Golden State? And this is my problem with Kevin Durant and the perception of Kevin Durant. It's because he gets credit for losing. Really? Where do they do that at? Really? When it was Kobe? When it was LeBron? ass. They're like, you're 3-6. They're like, Kobe, you lost to the Detroit Pistons when you had Shaq. They are constantly on these guys. But when it comes to Kevin Durant, oh, he doesn't have any help. Oh, well, this, that, and the third. Hold this man accountable. Look at the way they're talking about Steph and LeBron. It's like Kevin Durant doesn't exist anymore. Not too long ago, people were saying, "Oh, Kevin Durant, he top 3."
They were calling him the best in the world.
Best in the world. Now we not even talking about Kevin Durant. What? This dude is a second option to Devin Booker. Devin Booker is top 20, but he ain't no top 10 player. He ain't no Embiid. No, he's not top 10, bro. Be for real, bro. Be for real.
The best shooting guard is not a top 10 player?
No, he's not. You can't name me. I can name you 10 players better than Devin Booker.
Maybe some other time.
What? I can do it right. Like, first of all, I give you guys that are on the fence. Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, who else? Like guys like that. Like those guys are on the fence. Jason Tatum is I don't know. That's Jason Tatum. I don't know. He's an enigma. I really don't know if I should put him in top 10 or not. Like had him in my top 10 before the playoffs, and then all of a sudden I really don't know. He's an enigma to me. I can't figure him out. But anywho, Kevin Durant, he needs to do something. I get it, you're coming back from injury, but damn it, people are crowning you the best player in the world for some reason. I don't get it. You're the most unguardable player in the basketball world has ever seen. You're 7 feet tall.
Shaq. But, yeah.
Well, he's 7 feet tall, and you can't block your shot. Like, dude, he has handles for days. He can shoot the basketball efficiently. Man, like, what? Get the job done, Kevin Durant. Do something. Stop being Mr. I want to be Mr. Efficiency, man. I'm going to get only 12, 13 shots, and I'm going to hit maybe 7 of them so I can keep my 50% for the field. No, shoot 20 shots. Shoot 25. Don't go out like a punk. Don't go out soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, he keeps trying to defer. Bro, you the best player on the court. Stop deferring. You see Nikola Jokic, this man 2-time MVP. You want to relinquish the crown to him? Like, be for real, bro. You're going back to Phoenix. Protect home court. Do your thing. I get it. Chris Paul is out. But, brother, I've seen you against Milwaukee go on a stretch. You're the only guy.
Yep.
I need that again from you. I know you still have it in you. I need that. And you have Devin Booker with you alongside. So you have no excuse. DeAndre Ayton, there's no he's a lost cause. Honestly. Like he tried, I got a motor. No, you don't. You don't have no motor. Like we watch the games. You can't fool us. We know your game. He's a lost cause. Monty Williams, he's lost. Like he doesn't know what to do. The bench is horrific. Like I'm hearing these NBA people on First Take talk about, Monty Williams, he's reluctant to play the bench. There's a reason he's reluctant to play his bench. They suck.
Landry Shamet is terrible.
Oh, play Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross?
So they're going to try to play T.J. Warren and Terrence Ross next game.
Let's
see how that works out.
What is this, 5 years ago? These guys haven't been good since I don't know when. Terrence Ross hasn't been good since I don't know when, like since Orlando, like maybe a few years ago. But besides that, these guys are the 10th man, 9th man on the rotation. You want him to play those guys? Really? Be for real.
I don't know. Maybe they think they could get some JaMychal Green contribution.
It's not that simple. Like they're just not good. Like this is why I picked the Nuggets in 7. And I was being nice. This is about to be Nuggets in 5. That bench, they only are able to play 6 guys. And I'm probably being nice. I meant not 6 guys, 5 guys. Maybe 4.5 guys.
Yeah.
4.5, depending on DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul. So, Yeah, it's bad. But Kevin Durant, I've seen him win a game off of his heroics. So he has no excuse. You cannot get swept again in the playoffs.
Yeah. If he gets swept again, some hard questions is going to have to get asked.
Trae Young won 2 games against the same Celtics team that he got swept by.
James Harden won game 1 on the road.
Bro.
And he's out his prime.
But nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody is talking about Trae Young won 2 games against the Eastern Conference champs from last year. And then Kevin Durant couldn't get 1 game against them. He got swept, and he had Kyrie Irving, and he had other players on the court. And they had an interim coach. Well, not an interim coach, but they brought in a coach, during the middle of the season. And they still won 2 games. Yeah, I don't want to hear Kevin Durant's excuses. I don't want to hear them at all. Okay, and then the final game, final series, right? The Heat and the Knicks. This is an interesting one. I wasn't really moved by the Knicks' victory.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And
Butler wasn't playing.
And I hear JJ Redick. He's trying to say, well, a win is a win, but I still think it's how you win is important as well. And the Knicks, they were losing pretty much the majority of that game. They were looking very unimpressive, right? Game 1, we already know. The Heat, they handled their business. Jimmy Butler, he hit some timely shots. He wasn't like necessarily dominating the entire game, but he was still contributing in his way. But his teammates, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, like all these guys, I'm looking at, I'm like, where was this shooting at in the regular season? All of a sudden, they just catch fire in the playoffs. It's crazy to me. That I just don't understand it. Bam Adebayo was like a glorified role player. He doesn't even have to do much but just rebound and block shots. It's unreal to me. Game 2 rolls around. Miami, without Jimmy Butler, had the lead for a lot of the game. Yep. I was like, Knicks about to lose this game again. But then all of a sudden, my guy Jalen Brunson came through in the clutch. RJ Barrett hit some good shots. Oh yeah, the refs as well. Yeah, they had to play.
Scott Foster masterclass, baby.
Randall, he also hit some shots as well. Mm-hmm. So
Josh Hart hit that
Josh Hart, yeah, Josh Hart, he had like a rebound. He had some clutch rebounds. Like he made a big contribution for that team. But overall, I wasn't overly impressed because they didn't have Jimmy Butler and they were shooting the lights out up until like the final 5 minutes. Gabe Vincent.
My goodness. Every time we come on this podcast and question a player's abilities, they go off. We question RJ Barrett, and all of a sudden he was looking like, I don't even know what he was looking. He was looking like Melo out there. I was like, what is going on?
It's not, bro. He literally has no bag, but they just leave him open. They just like, hey, go ahead and shoot that shot.
He was getting his game off. I don't know about the second half too much, but I know the first half he was killing them.
Yeah, he was killing them, bro. He had like 28, I think it was. He did some damage. But overall, I wasn't overly impressed. I have to see if they can replicate this in Miami because the way that the Heat was shooting is very concerning. Gabe Vincent was looking like Damian Lillard out there. He was hitting like back-to-back threes. Duncan Robinson was in threes. Max Strus was looking like Ray Allen out there. Like, it was crazy.
Caleb Martin. I'm like, what is going on? Even Kevin Love was hitting threes. I'm like, okay, man. Like, what is going on?
I'm like, dude, I'm looking, I'm like, damn.
Drug test every last player.
I'm like, Max Strus looking like Ray Allen. You got Ray Allen, got Damian Lillard, and freaking Klay Thompson out there. I'm like, what's going on right now?
Bam was getting his game off.
Dirk Nowitzki,
I'm like, okay.
What are we doing? Like, what's going on out here? Like, they just shooting the lights out. Yeah.
Even Kyle Lowry was doing good. I'm like, okay, this is crazy.
Yeah, this is like so fake. But that Heat culture is something different. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eric Spoelstra, arguably the best coach in the NBA. Dude is a mastermind when it comes to coaching and making adjustments because there's a reason why they beat the Milwaukee Bucks. It wasn't just a fluke, and it's showing itself in this series. And when Jimmy Butler comes back, the Grim Reaper himself,
is he coming back next game?
He's probably coming back. They were gonna rest him, because they split the series. So You might as well rest him. That's what the Sixers should have did with Joel Embiid, but I guess, they're like, Joel Embiid said he want to play, he going to play. Should have just sat him out to game 3. But they did their thing. They were smart. They said, okay, let's just go back to Miami. Jimmy Butler's going to play. And honestly, I don't know if I'm confident with the Knicks beating stealing one game on the road. I don't think I'm confident at all.
I don't know. I think just for the drama, I think they do.
I don't know if I'm confident. I remember when you were making your predictions on the series, you were like, yeah, the Knicks are gonna, they're gonna make sure that he doesn't get their shots off, whatever. They're not gonna get the game off. And I was like, okay. Keep down the Heat culture.
I thought that first round was fake. I guess I was wrong.
Okay, keep down the Heat culture. I'm telling you, bro, like this series right here, the Heat, Jimmy Butler, they got some dogs on there. They got some real life killers on there, and I'm telling you, like Jimmy Butler, Josh Hart, God bless you, but I don't think you can guard him. I don't think nobody can guard him. They're gonna have to double.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, and the way that they're shooting is just crazy. They were like 27th in the league in like 3-point shooting, and then all of a sudden they're like the best at 3-point shooting.
It's insane.
It's crazy. So I think I'm just not confident in the Knicks at all. I think that the Heat are just gonna win these next 2 home games. I know that sounds crazy. That might sound crazy, but I'm just not impressed with the Knicks. They almost lost, and they had a bunch of Jags and Bam Adebayo. I'm not impressed. What do you think? Oh, you say you think they're gonna split?
I think they split just for the drama.
You still have the Knicks winning the series?
Yeah.
Man. I'm giving you the olive branch. I'm saying, hey, if you want to come to this side, come to this side. You still have a chance.
No, I'm gonna stick by my prediction. I'm not switching.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That is fair. All right, well,
I just think a Knicks versus Celtics Eastern Conference Finals moves the needle more.
Okay. Well,
I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go. What's your question?
Who won the MVP in 2020?
I think it was Giannis.
It was Giannis?
Yeah, it was Giannis.
Okay, so who won in 2019?
That was Giannis.
Okay. Dang. So here's what I was saying. I was just confirming it. If Joel Embiid does not win this series, or the Sixers don't win this series, this will be, once again, the MVP winner has not made the conference finals since 2016, Steph.
Wow, I did not know that. That's interesting.
That's
well, actually, wait a minute. No, it's wrong. 2019, Giannis won the MVP. They made the conference finals. They lost to the Raptors.
You sure?
Yes, I'm absolutely sure. I remember it like
that was the conference matchup.
Yep. Yes, it was. And then next year, I think they got swept by the Heat. Remember?
Oh.
Yeah. So it was the last time an MVP made the conference finals.
It was
Giannis.
2019. Giannis.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But still, I mean, yeah,
that's still a long time.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, it's a big, it's a little sample size, but I think that Joel Embiid, this is the perfect opportunity for them to make it this year because Joe Mazzulla, I liked his post-game interview when he was like, nobody want to talk about the adjustments I made. I thought that was pretty funny because they were on his ass.
Yeah.
They've been on his ass for the entire year, honestly.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, he just got thrown in the fire.
I was like, damn, I guess Celtics and Lakers coaches, they gonna get that heat.
Yeah.
They got them expectations. The media and the fans are gonna be on them all the time. But especially when Ime Udoka, you're the successor to Ime and stuff, and so it's a lot of expectations. And so the final topic I want to talk about when it comes to NBA is what happened yesterday. The firing of Mike Budenholzer.
Oh, yeah.
The Milwaukee Bucks are the head coaching position for the Milwaukee Bucks is vacant at the moment. What is your reaction?
It's about time. It is about time. He lucky. He's so lucky that they won that ring in 2021 because they was gonna get him out of there if they lost to Brooklyn in that Game 7. It was overdue. Mike Budenholzer, I think he's a good coach, but he just doesn't make adjustments. It's unexcusable for you to have the best record in the league and only win one game against the 8th seed. It's just inexcusable. Point blank. Period. You had arguably the best team last year. Well, Chris Middleton was hurt, but couldn't get the job done against the Celtics against a one-year head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And the team just needs a new direction. I mean, they're going forward with coaching. Hopefully they go after Nick Nurse.
I think they have to.
Yeah.
I've been hearing, I was listening to Brian Scalabrine and Frank Isola on NBA radio. They were like, oh, what about Frank Vogel? Frank Vogel?
Oh.
No. They're like, oh, Eric Spoelstra not going to run circles over Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel? Please stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Nick Nurse is the number one option. I get it. He runs this sort of clunky looking defense. Like he's unorthodox. He's not normal. He's
Then he shut down your star though.
Yeah, he's not normal. There's something wrong with him. But that's a good thing though. He's a mad scientist in a way. Like he's deranged a little bit, but in a good way. So you need to get him because he'll bring out the best in Giannis defensively, I think, in my opinion. And
you'll probably have him playing more on ball.
Yeah, so get Nick Nurse. Yeah, I think one of the things why Mike Budenholzer was fired is the fact that I think the Bucks in the bubble got swept by the Heat, if I'm not mistaken. So you lost to the Heat in the bubble in 4 games, and you were the number 1 seed in the bubble. You lose to them, and then you lose to them a few years later in 5 games with a better team. Sure, Giannis, he didn't play for a few games, but you still had him for two games, and you still lost those 2 games. Yeah, you gotta go. They were the 8th seed. They didn't have Tyler Hero. They didn't have Victor Oladipo. And you still lost. At least in the bubble, they had the entire squad. Inexcusable. I said this on the short when I reacted to it when it happened. I said that immediately after they got, they lost the series. I said, this is a fireable offense. And what happened didn't surprise me because like you said, he doesn't make the necessary adjustments. I'm not going to say he doesn't make any adjustments. I'm going to say he just doesn't make the right adjustments because it's clear as day.
Even Giannis said they didn't make the right adjustments. I was like, oh, yeah, he out of there.
He keeps playing that drop coverage. Well, Jimmy Butler, he lives in the mid-range. Why you keep doing that drop coverage every time? Stop getting in your way. It reminds me of, in the NFL with some of these coaches in the NFL where it's just like they don't make no adjustments. Mike McCarthy. When it comes, yes, Mike. I'm talking about when he was on the Packers.
Okay.
When he was on the Packers, bro, like he was, shoot, man.
Kellen Moore.
What?
Who said that?
What? Like,
hopefully, leave that in Green Bay.
Jason Garrett as well.
Oh my God. Don't mention that terrorist on this podcast.
Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy will rule today. But yeah, it reminds me of just the NFL and just some of these head coaches and their inability to make adjustments. And Mike Budenholzer was the same way. But yeah, that's
he'll probably land another job.
Oh yeah, he might take a year off, especially since what happened to his brother and everything. So, but yeah, he's a winner. It's just they need a new voice. They can't have the same old defensive game plan and not make any adjustments on the fly at all. You have a championship level roster and you lose in 5. Like it's
embarrassing.
It's one of the biggest upsets in NBA history. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what you say. I don't care what anybody says. It's one of the biggest upsets in NBA history.
I mean, obviously, you said the biggest.
I think it is.
First.
I think it is. You lose in 5 to an 8 seed who lost their first play-in game? Come on now. Nah, that's in my opinion, that's the biggest upset. But anywho, all right, well, I think that'll do it on this edition of the Courtside View podcast. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification bell, follow the socials. We post a lot of content. I also We'll be live streaming more often, so definitely check that out because, my reactions are definitely one of a kind. So check that out. And we will see you on the next episode of the Courtside Beat Podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.
Peace.
Look, cold world, still a cold world. And a couple of y'all is cool, but we a little more thorough. Whole time, a little more girls. You know I spit that sick shit and it's still no cure. Hold up,